We're at the UK headquarters of Iveco to find out the Italian manufacturer's take on how the market performed in 2010 from Marketing and Network Director Andrea Bucci. Andrea, registrations of 2.8 to 7 tonne vans performed well in the first half of last year. Did that maintain itself until the end of the year?
Let's say that there's been good news from the beginning to the end. I would prefer to break down this sector in 3 segments. Below 3.5 has been where we really have seen a strong growth across all the periods. 3.5 ton as well did well, with the growth not at the same speed, but still a positive growth. Above 3.5 ton, so as soon we get close to the heavy hand and truck segment, actually we had the growth, but not all quarters. But yes, overall, it's been a positive growth, and it's been good news compared to what we experienced in the last year and a half.
What do you think the reasons were for this positive growth?
I would say if we look especially to below 3.5 ton, where the growth has been strong for all the period, there are two elements to consider. We are still below a 10-year cycle trend average of registration. So even though we had beautiful growth, it's still not as strong the market as was in the past. So we have just to put this in this context. The economy for sure is still giving us mixed messages, but there is an improvement. And we know that running vans above 3, 4, 5 years, it starts to be economically, yes, but not as much as having a renewal of the park. So there is a mix of people have postponed for a long period, the economy is getting a little bit better, confidence is coming back, and sometimes it's the right thing to do to go for a renewal of the park.
Is this sort of growth sustainable through 2011, do you think?
I would be positive for the start of the year. I would think that the first half of the year it is still on the good news side, even though up and downs for each segment are possible. And I think we should review everything on the base of how the economy is keeping up and how the effect of different things are going to take place into the market. So yes, but I would not commit to a positive forecast for the whole year. Let's look at it in 2 halves. So first half I think is still positive, yes.
Okay, and what's the order book looking like at the moment?
It's been growing across the second half to the end. That's why I'm positive about the first half of the year. But I can see this based on what I said just before. There is a renewal that is needed. Now, if that was enough to keep now the businesses running efficiently, and therefore there is going to be a second slowdown, we will have to address this later on. It's too early to actually be precise about it. So yes, it's a good order book. It needs still to build up for the second half of the year. So it's that where we have to finally judge the overall trend.
Moving to the truck market, it was looking pretty dismal for the first half of the year, but did it manage to recover anything by the end of the year?
I would say that if recovery, we should speak, it's really much in the heavy segment in the last 2-3 months. It's been absolutely a fantastic last quarter. It managed the heavy hand above 16 ton to actually rebalance the year and make it positive compared to the previous year. It didn't on medium. So yes, the last part of the year and the order entry I think is a good sign in order to be positive for the beginning of 2011. Again, I would like to relook at it, let's say around June, for what is the second half of 2011.
And finally, how did UK registrations of CVs compare to the rest of Western Europe?
Okay, just to be precise, we have got today the final number for 2010 for the UK. European-wise, we're still looking at November, if you want. So we are not comparing apple to apple, but quite close to. I would say that the generic trend has been positive across Europe. I think we have done better on the light commercial side compared to the average growth at the West European level. We have to qualify that we were coming from a deeper trend. Medium is negative for Europe, is negative for UK. And on the heavy hand, it is a positive number. It's a few percentage plus compared to previous year, and we did a little bit better than that. So we follow the trend in Europe, even better in some of the segments.
Andrea, thank you very much.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.